afternoon, sports fans, and welcome to episode number 4 of season 2 of the Sports Double Perspective. Right here on IE Sports Radio, your refuge for all that is sports. This is me, your boy Larry, bringing it to you here live on a beautiful Saturday afternoon. It is Saturday, November 13th, and I am on the right side of my life. Cecilia, say what's up, babe?
Hi.
We are ready and set to bring you another episode that we hope you will enjoy. Oh yes, we got some good stuff to talk about today. The first one, of course, NFL Cheerleader Injustices. Babe, you want to lead us off on that? No, we're on a podcast, babe.
I don't know how to lead it off.
Okay, well, it kind of sucks to be an NFL cheerleader sometimes, I guess. I'm kind of bummed out. We've watched a couple videos on YouTube, and I really didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, interesting. Sad.
Sad is more of the word. Interesting is not. It's
Well,
sad.
not interesting in a good way. It's interesting, like how these things work, I guess.
Sucks. I'm bummed out for those ladies. Yeah, mascots make points. Dang, that sucks. But we got that, of course, coming up. Then, of course, we are talking about a little bit of NFL. Got a little, Cecilia continues to pick against me. And wouldn't you know it, she picks the Dolphins, and the freaking Dolphins get the victory on Thursday night.
Yep. Don't underestimate the underdog sometimes.
That goes very well with the Dolphins as of right now. What the hell happened on Thursday night? Anyway, that happened. A little bit of college football talk, and of course tonight we are headed to the CBU Events Center as our CBU Lancers get ready to take on the City Valley State tonight. Ready to roll for that. We'll be in the house, y'all. It's gonna be exciting, so we're ready to go, y'all. Once again, you're listening to the Sports Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your directory for all that is sports. Welcome, sports fans. Well, here we are yet again, your favorite sports duo coming your way. Oh, yeah. Thank you for tuning in tonight. Well, today. Gosh, it's 1 o'clock in the day Pacific time. I said tonight. The day in the life of a teacher. And I'm subbing right now, you guys.
Are you nocturnal? Just kidding.
I feel like it sometimes, babe. If anybody knows, of course, it knows me better than anybody. I'm so scatterbrained, this year. It has just been, oh my gosh. From... Of course, moving in together this year was a beautiful, amazing thing. Of course, us getting engaged, a beautiful, amazing thing. But then, of course, adulting.
Yep.
Kind of have to do this thing called work and make this stuff called money. Dang it. But, yeah, so that's been fun. Of course, working 2 jobs now. Cecilia's got her brand new job, as we talked about last week, and just all these things. But, of course, it just... gets into our time. It sucks, but it's all good. It's worth it. The credential program, of course, getting through it, school, doing all that, and it is just, oh my gosh, it's been so crazy. But we're very excited for all these wonderful things coming our way, and very blessed. Of course, the man above has blessed us very well, so we love you, God, and we're very, very happy that we've been blessed in so many different ways. And as we always say, y'all, none of this, none of us, none of anything would be possible without, of course, number one above all, our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without Him, nothing is possible. That's right. The man above. And we also big up to all our listeners out there. Without Him, without all you guys out there, well, none of the IE Sports Radio is not possible. So we appreciate y'all tuning in and showing us love each and every week, as you always do. So, today, we're going to get into a few different topics, of course. We're talking some college basketball. In a pretty fun situation. Now, see, that's what I love about the show. Tomorrow in the morning, you're going to hear me on the defining moment, getting into the everything. The X's and O's, the Jimmys and the Joes, and all the good stuff in between. 3 and Out makes its return this week, as I will be taking on another dang show, talking just a little bit of a sum up of the football season as the playoff picture just started to take shape as we got into week 10 now. So yeah, first half is over. We're in the second half, and I'll be giving my little 30 minutes talk about teams every single week. So you'll see me doing that, of course. And then we have here, of course, this show, which is great because we don't really get into the X's and the O's and the Jimmys and the Joes. We talk about the issues. We have some fun getting over the overall broadness and just some cool questions. We have game night, of course. I know we're bad, but we're in this month. We're good. This is the second week. Last week we had the movie talk, of course, a little media night kind of, or what was it? The pop culture night kind of thing. We getting into Married at First Sight. I still don't. I mean, babe, this is crazy. Like, I can't believe these people are actually getting married at first sight. And y'all, these people are crazy sometimes. I mean, oh my.
Well, they're just bringing back the old school way, I guess, where arranged marriages were the best way to go. Well, the only way to go, I guess.
It's crazy.
But
it's crazy. It is crazy. These people get married at first sight. But what in the WWE? I mean, I'm just saying, it's crazy. And it's crazy how some of them actually work out. But it's really sad when it's like they hate each other.
Yeah, and they end up in a divorce. Yeah.
Like, man, we just finished what was it, season 7 or whatever, and they just talked about how they're gonna bring back what is it, babe? What's the other one?
It's all the couples who've made it from all the other seasons, and they'll like revisit their lives and how they're doing with their marriage, and already when going back to all of it, some of these couples already have kids. They probably already have 2 or 3 now. But it's pretty cool. I kind of want to look into that one as well, just to see, how they're doing.
Yeah, we'll definitely be watching it. You know how it goes, gentlemen out there. Your fiance, your girl, your wife, whichever it may be. It's pretty much whatever they put on. You follow and you watch. And it's funny because pretty much everything she puts on, I'm all interested in it. It was watching.
Well, he has no choice.
Yeah, it's true.
Kidding.
I have no choice. This is true. So yeah, she has to watch me play Madden sometimes. So I guess it goes even. I mean,
Yeah.
But it's pretty funny because it's just hilarious. So it's crazy, man. So yeah, this show is nuts. Big ups to everybody in the chat room, by the way. Big ups to Beantown Brandies. I'm here. My favorite couple podcast. Yeah, can't wait for this episode. Thank you, sir. Wishing you both a great show. Thank you, sir. We appreciate you. And then, of course, Andrew Hagenball. Great dude, he says. What's going on? Hope y'all having a great show. Or have a great show. Thank you, sir. And we appreciate you for popping in, y'all. Once again, big ups to all of our iSports Radio family. Just had a great meeting with them. And wonderful people. We love you all. Wonderful people.
Yes, greatly appreciated for all the hard work you all do.
You guys are amazing. We appreciate you so much. Beantown Brandon every Wednesday night talking about Titletown. I wanted an obnoxious, 100% diehard Boston person. And I love it because he reminds me all the time, yes, you got him. Because Beantown Brandon will tell you why Boston is the bee's knees in why you should think so too. I love it. That is the exact Boston fan I wanted, and damn it, he's here in full force. And then Andrew, of course, covering, of course, if you love Cleveland, if you love Ohio, the state of Ohio, sports to be precise. Fridays, of course, making its return next week, and of course, every Friday afternoon / evening, and then of course Sundays. I gotta stop saying of course. Then on Sundays, we have the Soccer Scoreboard Show, covering all things soccer with Andrew. Big ups, y'all! Team USA got it done last night. USA beat Mexico in World Cup qualifying. So earlier today, Justin and I were talking about that. Let me show you earlier today on this show, High Octane Entertainment, covering all things Indiana sports. But yeah, definitely big ups to our men's national team. We're going to talk about them just a little bit in a different light, actually. I hate to be so mean, but hey, they're actually doing good for once. But what about when they were doing bad? It's still making more than the women who were actually winning World Cups? What? That doesn't seem very fair.
No.
But we're going to get into that. And a perfect segue, well, we're going to get right into those cheerleaders of the NFL. So, hang tight, y'all. We got a great show planned out for y'all today. We're going to have ourselves some fun. We're talking NFL cheerleader injustices. How come these ladies don't make a lot of money? And how come some of them are actually okay with it? And how come some are really bummed out and, well, the same exact way that I was. Wow, that really sucks. And, of course, an issue. College hoops used to have this thing called the tip-off marathon. It was around-the-clock basketball. Why did they get rid of that thing? Yeah, we're going to talk about that today as well. And I want to get Cecilia's perspective of why they might have gotten rid of that as well. Basketball around the clock. 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., and 5 a.m. basketball. Why is that gone? We're going to talk all about that and plenty more here today on the Sports Couple Perspectives right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. We'll be right back after this.
What's good, fight fans? It's your boy, Marcus Los Great, here to give you what you want, here to give you what you need. Yeah, man. Yeah. I'm coming to you live, straight from your mama's basement with a crispy, awesome white tea. We are coming to you live every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Powered by IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? This is your host, Beantown Brandon from Titletown Sports, right here on the greatest, and I mean the absolute greatest podcast team right here on IESR Sports Radio. That's right. Come join me every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, live from the greatest city on earth, Boston, Massachusetts, here to talk about all things Boston sports. That is right, baby. We get in to talk about some Boston Red Sox, Boston Celtics, Boston Bruins, New England Revolutions, Boston College Eagles, and of course, your host's favorite team of all, the New England Patriots, baby. Woo! That's right. Come join your host, Beantown Brandon, and let's relive all the glory days of the past, all the great championships that we've endured, all the horrible, heartbreaking losses that even yours truly chooses to forget. So you know what? Grab an ice cold Samuel Adams. Come with me to Faneuil Hall as we go pick up that lobster roll we've been craving earlier in the week. Let's get some clam chowder, warm ourselves up to some Titletown sports. Any way you like it, we're gonna have a blast. So you know what to do. Join your host, Beantown Brandon, every Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, coming at you from the home and the heartland of Boston, Massachusetts, to represent your New England and Boston sports. Weekly, right here on Titletown Sports, IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is Boston sports. See you there.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Your direct feed for all that is Boston sports, LA sports, Pacific Northwest sports, Ohio sports, literally pretty much everywhere you can imagine. Yes, cover it. We're looking for a few different shows in Texas, Florida, Arizona, Las Vegas, Wisconsin, Tennessee, Atlanta, and Louisiana. 8 more shows to complete our collection of the regional series here at IE Sports Radio, and we're not going to stop until we get it. And even then, we're not going to stop because we want to go out to the world then. Get some cool major cities around the world. That'd be fun. But with that said, you guys, we are super duper excited. to just keep pushing on, doing our thing here at IA Sports Radio. Once again, as we always say, big ups to the man above, for without him, nothing is possible. And of course, big ups to all you guys out there, all you ladies and gentlemen who tune in every single week. We appreciate you all so very much. That's what we love, bringing you these shows and talking sports with all you out there. Thanks for all the awesome tweets and everything. Brandon, appreciate you, brother, for being a part of it. But getting some tweets out there, and everybody in the chat room, what's up? Angela, of course, Angela Winstead, what's going on? And of our PR department, and appreciate you, Taryn. I know you got to dip out, brother, but appreciate you being here. And yeah, man, great drop there, Beantown Brandon. Yes, I got to send you guys all the new drops. My apologies. I know I'm lagging. I know I have a lot to do. My apologies. But with that said, let's get things rolling here and talk about these NFL cheerleaders. So we've seen a few videos on YouTube. And, well, it's kind of sad, actually. I really didn't know that those ladies weren't treated so well. It's not that they're not treated so well, it's just they're not compensated fully for what they do. And for anybody who thinks cheerleading is not a sport, like, get out of here. Like, those ladies put in so much time and effort.
Yeah, they do.
It's incredible, Like, it's incredible to think that everybody, a part of a cheer team does so much part of a cheer squad, and it's like it's like a football team. You know what I mean? Like, you have everyone. You need everybody.
Well, in football season, they practice every single day almost, so their life is the whole cheerleading squad.
No, it's true.
So,
it's true.
Yeah.
Cheer is consistent. It's constant. It's all the time, and it's so true. So I've always, supported, and big ups to the cheerleaders, out there at all levels. Angela Winstead, actually, in the chat room right now, she's a former cheerleader.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, but I never told you that, huh?
No.
Yeah, unfortunately, she can tell you how. Well, I guess I could say, unfortunately, but this woman knows a thing or two about how serious the sport is, because she, fractured a major bone in her body. I forgot what she shattered, but in a cheerleading accident, cheering in college, she, really injured herself, poor thing. She put, shattered my knee.
Oh.
So,
I didn't know that could happen. Oh, my gosh.
Angela said, cheerleading is a sport. Shattered my knee cheering. Love you guys talking about this. They are completely underpaid. Yes. And Angela is all about it. She was a cheerleader, I think, her whole life. And, this woman has put a lot of effort. I've played football a lot. And you know something? I know what goes into it. It's extremely, extremely hard. Even, of course, Celia was very young, but she had her fun doing a little cheer thing as well as a youngster.
I was little.
She was little. But what I'm saying is had she have really taken that further and gone for, not much goes into this, you guys. Like, cheerleaders have, gymnastics involved with what they do. The tumblers. Tonight when we go see CBU, and you guys are going to see it all over our social media tonight, by the way, on Twitter. We're going to post so many videos. But the Golden Girls tonight, CBU's cheerleader, the cheerleaders, just so you guys know, CBU cheerleaders have won. Okay, for those of you who do not know this is insane. I want to make sure I look it up. But CBU cheerleading has actually been national champions for the last, I believe, 7 or 8 years running. How's that?
Wow, that's awesome.
Yeah, that cheer team has been freaking dominant. They have been undefeated in national championships. They compete every year, and they freaking take home the trophy since, I believe, 2014.
Dang.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And they've still...
Not pretty good, that is good.
And they're running. They're running. So,
well, they work hard, too. So, I guess that really shows. Not I guess. It does show when, you put the time and the effort and, you're practicing every single day. Even when you're probably really exhausted, but when you go and compete, it really shows then, because you can tell that they're working really hard to show what they've got.
Absolutely. And look at this. Last year, I found it on the CBU website, February 2021. Okay, Riverside, California. The cheer team at California Baptist University claimed the United Spirit Association Collegiate Championship for an unprecedented 9th consecutive year on February 16th.
Wow.
And it's incredible because, look at this. She says, the USA Collegiate Championships were held at the Anaheim Convention Center over the course of 2 days. The Lancers dominated both days of competition, finishing with a total of 94.71 points. I'm guessing that's out of 100. But how incredible is that? We'll go ahead and read it because there's only 2 more paragraphs left. I wonder who wrote this. I don't know, but it's on the CBU website. So at CBU or at calbaptist.edu /news /cheer _wins _9th _straight USA collegiate _2000. I just want to make sure so we don't get copyrighted. But that is the website there. You can check out yourselves. But yeah, it says here in parentheses, it says, I am incredibly proud of this team's performance this weekend, said Olivia Miller, head coach of CBU Cheer. Being able to execute 2 0 deduction routines. Wow. They didn't get deducted once.
Wow.
They did 2 routines, 0 deductions. This early in the year puts us in a great position to start our competition season. The Lancers will now turn their attention to the NCAA Nationals in Daytona Beach, of course, Florida, where they will look for their 8th straight national championship. The NCAA Nationals, the NCAA Nationals take place from April 7th through 11th, 2020. So that was last year, so I wonder who won that thing. But at the end of the day, you guys, that's incredible, okay? Like, that is freaking incredible. So yeah, here we go. So this is the NCAA one. And this was, it's incredible how does this get swept under the rug? You know? So it's like, how do these ladies not, like how Brandon says here in the chat room. So, while I look for this little thing, we want to read that?
Yeah. Beantown Brandon says, honestly, don't believe cheerleading gets enough credit. Ladies and guys can get some brutal injuries. Mad respect to them. Heck yeah, they put their body through torture. So, look at Angela. She had shattered knee. So, ooh,
absolutely
horrible injury. But yeah, anybody who puts their bodies through that, it's crazy. And it's awesome what they can do. But yeah, I think anybody who puts themselves through that kind of stuff, it is a sport. You're competing in everything, so
absolutely,
it's just crazy.
Absolutely, and like I said, I don't think they won the NCAA one, but they won, like I said, the USA Collegiate. So the United Spirit Association Collegiate Championship, 9 consecutive years. CBU is dominant, but once again, you don't hear about them. You don't see them on ESPN, and sometimes you do see like cheerleading on ESPN. But like, it's sad because it's like, where's all their like love at? Like they work very hard.
They should really get more, like spotlight, I guess you would say.
No, they should.
Like
so,
more people getting to know them as well.
It's true. They work very hard. So let's go ahead and take this now a step further and go to the NFL. Now, cheerleaders, of course, in high school, they cheer. They're everywhere. Okay? In college, we, of course, there was the cheerleaders. They got, unfortunately, when I was at Laverne, the year before I got there, they got rid of the cheerleaders. They were called the Spirit Squad. No, they got rid of them. I don't know why, but they got rid of the cheerleaders, which is horrible because it's like, I feel like that's what a school needs. A school just needs that, like, you look at CBU, and, like, CBU, oh my gosh, I think at Laverne they were just, underfunded, I guess. Like, can't get rid of them if they wanted to by choice. But I'm just saying, it sucks because, like, like, if you look at CBU, what's representing everything? Cheerleaders. Like, literally, like, you see it on TV or whatever, you can see the pom-poms, the classic pom-pom flickering, like, and the smile that goes with it. And it's like, you see that, like, games, you see it. It's just, they're there, and
I feel like without them, the sport would not be the same in a way.
No, it's true. You gotta love the spirit. The spirit is amazing.
Because I feel like they help set the vibe of the whole event or the whole sport thing,
They do.
I feel like sometimes they're the ones who get the crowds going, screaming and yelling and stuff like that, because they have all that energy and, happy-go-lucky kind of stuff, and it sets the mood for everyone to be in a good mood as well.
It does. It really does. They've been great stuff there. I completely agree, and I could piggyback off of that. When I was playing at Paris, or even at, like when I went to RCC, and there was a dance team now. They had the dance team. They had the baton girl. She was amazing. We used to like get fascinated watching her. Like, how the hell is she doing that? You know, like it's incredible. All that balance and everything. We would watch like the dance team, and even when I went back to watch RCC 2 years ago, when they were playing, and it's crazy because like. They're still there. You know, the band, of course, is big, but these girls, it's like they have that entire piece right behind on the track right there, behind the team on the benches, and they're just dancing, and they are like all over it. And this just says so much to the crowd, to everybody, and it's amazing. I love it. So you gotta love that. I really enjoyed just seeing like the atmosphere, and they really do bring the atmosphere. So I get really bummed out when I hear things like earlier today. You know, and Cecilia was pretty bummed out herself. We listened to it last night, kind of a little bit of it, and then again right now before we listened to another video on YouTube. But overall, you guys, cheerleaders in college are, you know, of course, really bring the spirit, as you heard as well. It's like high school. But then what about the professionals? What about the next level for the ladies? Players can play in Pop Warner, as so can cheerleaders can cheer there. Then you have things like, you know, high school, of course, you know, the same things like, you know, high school, of course, duh. You have college, and then the NFL. You go on to play at the next level. Well, what about cheerleaders? What if they've cheered since they were little girls and wanted to go up, you know what I mean? Or like, I mean, even boys who cheerlead, you know, guys who cheerlead. But I'm just saying, what about when they want to go to the next level? So, yeah, I mean, what do you really think about that? You know, you think to yourself, well, they have a shot too. They can go to the next level. Mm-hmm. Don't professional teams have cheerleaders? So, so you know, it's like one of those things where it's like, don't they have professional cheerleaders? They do have them, but it's like, why is there such a drop off? It's like they're equal all the way up until the NFL, and once you start getting money involved, they're not so equal anymore.
Yeah, it's crazy. Angela said, twirling is a sport too. I twirled, cheered, and danced from the time I was 4. Only way I could be around football was to cheer or twirl. They are underfunded. Yeah, that's for sure. And it's so sad because, I mean, like I've been saying, you know, before, is that, you know, these women take the time every single day out of their lives. Like, the videos that we watched, they said, like, they basically live and breathe cheer, and they have no time for other stuff because they're constantly doing practices. They're constantly doing, what do they call it? Shows? Not shows, but appearances. There you go.
Yeah.
They're constantly doing appearances, you know, and then obviously for the games, the football, and, you know, even basketball, right? They have cheers. Mm-hmm. You know, they have to show up for that and do their little routines and stuff like that. And then, you know, you hear how much they get paid, and it's like, they even all say, you know, some of these women, of course, have, you know, they do it because it's their passion and they like doing it for fun and stuff like that. And some of them, you know, are doing it for a career. But it's so sad, like, majority of these women say they can't live off of the money that they make. Mm-hmm. So it's just like, that is so crazy and sad. And, you know, the people that they perform for, sorry guys, I keep stuttering, perform for, they make a whole lot more. Even one of the videos said that the freaking mascot makes more than they do. And I'm like, how does the mascot make more than them? I mean, anybody can be the mascot, not trying to downplay their role and whatnot. Because, I mean, I think they help with, you know, getting the crowd going and everything. And obviously they're for entertainment. But it's just sad because it's just, these women take more time and possible injuries that they could, you know, get from doing this sport, but they make hardly anything, and it's just like, what the heck, man? Like, it's so sad. Like, the NFL people need to get it together and start paying these women a whole lot more of what they're worth.
I completely agree, babe. It's not fair. It's not fair for the women who really put in everything. We saw a video on YouTube earlier where this girl, like, you know, she put in so much work since she was little. And then it was her dream to be an NFL cheerleader, and she freaking made it. And then to find out that she can't even live off of it, that it's basically got to be a hobby, and you have to have a 9 to 5 on the side, pretty much. Like, that's horrible, man.
Or you have to live with someone who can support you in a way.
Yeah, that's horrible. It's like, that's not fair. So are you telling me that the time and effort and all of that, are you telling me that it really doesn't make it's something that you got to put double the effort now. You can't just, like the NFL. When you get drafted, that's your job. You're paid to work out. You're paid to train. You're paid to get better and to be a machine on that field. So you're telling me that's literally like playing semi-pro football. Except we have to pay. But that's what we do, you guys. And that's why I feel like semi-pro is very underrated.
Oh, it's definitely underrated as well.
Like, we're out there freaking killing ourselves, and we're not getting anything. We're paying to play, and because it's like another chance at greatness. And it's like, we still have the 9 to 5. We still have that every single day. We have the regular life. On top of that, we're still trying to be athletes. We are athletes. We're still athletes in this. And so it's like, that's really sad for NFL cheerleaders, except for we're not in the spotlight. The cheerleaders are, and it's really sad because it's like they put in all that work, all that time. So I can kind of understand what they feel like. All that hard work and the glory is what, just being out there. Mm-hmm. In this case, it's great. Of course, we're semi-pro athletes, but for those ladies, they're on national television. They're making appearances. They're doing big things, and they're helping. They're devoting a lot of their time.
And they help promote the team as well, wearing their uniform and stuff like that with their names on it. I mean, they should really get paid more than what they do.
And it goes right into what we were saying earlier, just what you said, that like with a university, those ladies and some of those guys out there that do it, those cheerleaders are the ones who really bring the spirit to the school. Yeah. And if you think about it, the cheerleaders also bring the spirit to any NFL team or any professional team. Yeah. I don't know. We didn't look at NBA cheerleaders like the Laker girls, but I don't know if it's much different. But.
We'll have to look into that for sure, but I'm pretty sure I would not doubt it that they don't get as much as probably the NFL girls do too.
It's really sad, and I'm very distraught with this. I've been saying that word a lot lately. The word distraught, but I'm very irritated at the fact that, wow, the mascot, once again, not taking away from the mascot. Mascots are awesome. Do your thing. But to think a mascot in that video, they said makes $60,000 a year. Damn. Maybe some of you guys in the chat room should sign up for the mascot. Beantown Brandon, that's what you could be Pat Patriot. That's what but my goodness, really. And these ladies are the ones, I know the mascot probably does it too. The mascot probably does appearances and everything too. But are you serious? These ladies give their time. When they do canned food drives and they do all these things for the team, the cheerleaders are there, you guys. The cheerleaders are there. They're there. The players make appearances and everything too, but the cheerleaders are freaking there. They're the ones who 100% have to be there. They're the ones who bring that spirit. And it's just really sad to know that they're not paid hardly anything. Yeah. And what really got me was in one of the videos we watched that they were talking about how you can't, of course, the quote-unquote fraternize. You can't be with anybody on the team. But what really bothers me, what's that?
Angela, she said, I'm changing my career to a pro mascot, $60,000 a year.
Right?
Yeah.
Dave, you want to give it a try? We can both do it.
I know, right?
Shoot, that's getting good. Right? I couldn't believe that. I'm telling you, I wish we could have quoted the videos. That's why we can't quote them too much. But in one of those videos, one of the girls was talking about they can't fraternize with them, which I get it, whatever. But at the end of the day,
I feel like that's anywhere you go, though. So, it's an unspoken rule that people never say because because it causes drama, unfortunately. It can, not always, but it can.
Which is whatever,
which I totally understand. But these girls too said that they don't even have time to be around the football players, because they're constantly practicing, and the only time that they're actually really around these players is
games.
Game day, and that's it.
How sad is that? And I agree that. Oh wait a minute. We got a big one in the chat room. So let's see. Beantown Brandon says, "Shout out to our very own Tracy Sormonti, I believe, Patriots director of cheerleading for more than 30 years, who passed away from multiple myeloma, I believe. Unfortunately, she rests in everlasting peace. She was beloved, within our organization, and especially to our New York. I'm sorry, Beantown Brandon, don't hate me, New York.
England Patriots.
New England Patriots. He's gonna have a middle finger in the chat room right now. You don't say New York and New England in the same sentence. They hate each other. So to our New York Patriot. New York. I said it again. New England Patriots cheerleading ladies and men. Squads from around the league, like the Ravens, Cowboys, and others, sent our Patriots squad special bracelets to honor our director. How sweet is that?
Cool.
Some people wouldn't know this story usually. These girls should be acknowledged a ton more. Absolutely.
Yes.
As a Patriots fan, our cheerleaders make a huge impact for us at our home in Gillette Stadium during game day. I would love to be Pat Patriot. Hey. I mean, he's got the hat on in his picture right here. If you can see, it's like, but no, it's absolutely, and I completely agree. You see, like, these people are so appreciative. And to the real diehards, they do respect them. Because how would Beantown Brandon not know this?
Yeah,
how would he know this? He's so involved in this team where you're going to know this. But you're absolutely right. You know, how incredible is that? And that's amazing. Well, may Tracy Sormonti rest in everlasting peace. But oh my goodness, you guys.
But I also don't understand either. I mean, what I don't get, I guess, or I kind of find it kind of interesting is if these girls made it for that one season or that year, I don't know how long they go. I think they last as long as the football goes.
Oh, the season, yeah.
The season. So, yeah. I don't understand why they have to try out every time.
That was irritating. We discovered that.
And I'm like, if they were good enough to make it last season, why couldn't they be good enough to make it this season? Maybe it's just to give, maybe to change out the girls, you know, every season, just to give other women chances to be on that sport. But I don't know. To me, it doesn't make sense, especially if they want to be on the cheer squad for, you know, every season until eventually unfortunately they can't do it any longer.
I think that's BS. You know, there's veterans on the team, so why can't these ladies just be veterans as cheerleaders? They're veteran. They've been around. This is their squad. How sad is it to know that you have to try out every year? It's like players having to do that. Of course, that wouldn't happen. But there you go. See, I was so quick to shoot that down because this doesn't happen. So it shouldn't happen like that either for these ladies. And we talked about the fraternization or the fraternizing, however it is. It was really sad to hear one of those ladies in that video say that if they happen to be at a restaurant
or anywhere in general,
where there is an NFL player around, they have to leave, or they would I don't know if they said they have to leave, but it's like, I guess, like for the best that they leave or something. How stupid.
Because there's a possible chance that the cheerleaders could get fired, but the NFL players don't get fired.
Yeah. What else?
Is that fair?
Dude, that's not fair. And what's really messed up is social media. Okay, that bothers me because social media is a big part of our lives right now. Like, I mean, it's always going to be now. Tonight, you're going to see Cecilia and I all over our account tonight. Which you can give us a follow at. I had to plug it, babe. I had to. I'm sorry, but at TCSP _ IESR, of course. You're going to see us post videos and all kinds of stuff tonight. But social media is the world we live in, you guys. This is it. I just did a project on this for school. Or I wrote a paper on this, or a journal on this yesterday. I still got to finish it. But with that said, it's true, you guys. Like, social media is a big part of us. So how can they say you can't have social media or can't be on social media? How can you say that to these girls? How? Or guys too are involved, but how can you do that to them? That's not even fair.
Well, I mean, most of these women did say, though, because their company did say that it has to do with their protection because they've had situations where girls unfortunately had stalkers and, you know, people threatening their lives in some way, which is horrible. I don't understand why people would do that or even become a stalker. Like, seriously, like, I don't know. It's just weird and creepy. I can understand that part. But, I mean, yeah. Like they say, they live and breathe, cheerleading. So it's just like they want to be able to post things that they do on a daily. I mean, who doesn't? Everyone does it now, you know. But, yeah, it's crazy.
It is crazy, and I completely agree. I'm sorry, being down, Brandon. I know. But I do want to say this. Angela says something crazy in the chat room. I'm like, what? She says, most teams is like a 5-year max per team. Some vets and captains don't have to try out until the third round of tryouts. It's still crazy. So that's cool that at least they get a little kickback, but they still have to try out for the team. Like, you made the team last year, or 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, or 5 years ago. Like, are you freaking serious? Yeah. And that really bothers me. And to think 5 years max per team, so they throw you off. You can't be on there for 5 years. Because, oh boy, don't get me going on this one. This is one of I forgot who it was, but if you guys remember in the chat room, I was told Cecilia about this. What about the reporters, too? Like, we can throw that in here kind of, for women as well. Like, the reporters, remember, I think a couple years ago, ESPN fired a woman because she was too old. She was too old. She's not good to look at no more, so we're going to let her go. Forget her work. Screw her work, right? That she actually does research to find really cool stories to tell during broadcasts for games and everything like that. Forget all that, right? Forget all of her work and forget how good of a reporter she is, and she might even be a writer, but forget about all of that because she's getting a little bit older and she's got a few more wrinkles than she did because she's not this young little 21-year-old, 22-year-old. We got to get rid of her and replace her with, somebody who is.
Yeah, someone who's younger and prettier. I even told Larry that. I was like, okay, then. I was like, if they want more women to watch sports, then they should start changing out the men as well then, because I said, look at these men. I'm not trying to be mean. I'm not trying to be mean. I was just more like proving a point. So I'm sorry if any of these reporters are hearing it, but But anyway, I was like, look at some of these men. I'm like, some of these men are so old and not good looking. I was like, if it were me, I would not be watching it either. But it was just a proof of point. I'm sorry. I didn't mean anything by it.
I thought that was funny. Because I was like, yeah, look at these old farts on here. You're 115 years old over here calling the game. I mean, no disrespect to, like, the great Vin Scully.
Oh, yeah,
okay?
No.
The great.
I love his voice.
Or
so, yeah.
Chick Hearn for the, rest in peace for the Lakers. But I'm just saying, it's true. Some of these people are on here and it's all like, yeah, bro, you're like pushing 80. Or you're older.
Like, as long as you can do the job and you do it really well, who cares what they look like? I mean, they're doing their job justice. I mean, they know what they're talking about. They know their statistics and their stats and all that stuff. I mean, move on, people. It shouldn't be all about looks.
No, it shouldn't, and that really irritates me that we have to deal with that. We're in a world where we have to have looks. Everyone has to be good looking, apparently, to be on TV and all that. So I get. What happened?
Angela, she put, that is great, Cecilia. Some of these men are too old. They are.
She put emojis, but we can't see them. But
yeah.
Oh no, that's hilarious. Well, it's the truth, you guys. Sometimes Brandon says here Cecilia needs to police Larry on the words New York because that's a no here in Boston. I told you, Boston and New York. That's oh no, you don't do that. He says, in fact, lose it from your vocabulary altogether. I wouldn't mind that, Larry. Yeah, with the little emoji with sunglasses on. Yeah, Beantown Brandon is not a New York fan at all. He's a Boston guy. And, well, if anybody knows anything about New York and Boston rivalries, they hate each other. So, yeah. With that said, I mean, it's all in love, I think. Brandon's like, there's no love. I'm sorry, but anyway, but yeah, I agree, man. Like, it's like, seriously. That was funny, too, the day we were talking about that. So it was like, look at him, he's old. Like, nobody wants to look at him. He's getting freaking grandpa's on TV over here.
Okay, I didn't say that.
I'm just kidding. I said that. I thought that was hilarious. But, my man, Brandon's having a ball in the chat room. But you guys, I mean, it's the truth, She didn't say all that. I added that at the end. But still, I'm just saying, though, y'all, that's how it is, man. And that's what it's all about. I mean, it makes me mad about that. So talk about these cheerleaders. What, because they get a couple years older? Are you serious? Like, it bothers me that, that really irritates me. Some people actually age pretty darn good, and they're still very attractive when they get to a certain age. Look at these actresses and these actors who keep themselves up, and don't get me wrong, I know a lot of them have work done, but what I'm saying is you know what? They still look fine, they still look good. There's nothing wrong with them. They're okay. There's nothing wrong. And they can be attractive and on TV, but what, just because they're not this little youngster, they can't be on there? And it's kind of sad because you feel for the next one. You feel for the next 21-year-old girl because oh, don't let her get past 26. She's gone. You know what I mean? Like, yep, there goes her job, you know. She better enjoy these next 5 or 6 years, you know.
Yeah, everybody just needs to give credit where it's due and more credit, you know, where it's really due, you know. Because, I mean, they all work together as a team. They should get the same credit just as the NFL players do, too. I mean, both sides work just as hard, and they work for what they want, and they just need to do better on that. Just because they're women doesn't mean anything.
Yeah,
they can do almost anything as men can do. So
I agree, and this is why it's not fair for these cheerleaders. It's not fair. You know, they can't post anything on social media. Cecilia, you know, she was right. She was right to, you know, I didn't think about that and I guess I didn't hear. I was all walking all over the place too when we were doing it, when we were listening to that video. But it can be for their protection. I can't see that, of course, for the protection for the social media stuff. But still, you guys, it's not fair when it comes down to, you know, it's not when it comes down to like not paying them anything. And I mean, they get paid, but like a couple $100, I think, or like $100 for whatever. So they had to fight for that. There's another video we watched of this Dallas Cowboy cheerleader a couple years ago who had to fight for it, and now they're actually making better money.
It's still not all that great, but at least they made some kind of improvement, and hopefully they work more towards a better improvement in
I would hope so.
their career life.
I would hope so. I mean, my gosh, seriously? So, yeah, Brandon says here, yeah, I do believe that's very sad for women. They're definitely discriminated against way more than us men. Case in point. And it's true. It's really sad. You know, these ladies can do anything a man can do. It's amazing to see what these women can do. I'm really glad we have women referees now. You know, there's all kinds of...
Yeah, that's awesome.
Cecilia saw that. And we got girl power central over here, you guys. Yes. This girl is all about girl power. You can imagine how her... I'm sorry, babe. So when we're watching a movie and somehow a girl beats down a guy, she's all cheering her on and all excited and laughing and giggling. And I'm like, oh my gosh, she just gets really into it. Well, it's like, it's all right, man. You know, women have been pushed down enough, so I feel like it's a girl power time. And do your thing, ladies. And honestly, I would really hope that it changes for the better and these women can get better compensated for what they do, because there's a lot that goes into this. And you know, it's really sad. A lot of us young guys, we come up wanting to be a professional player, so why can't they grow up wanting to be a professional cheerleader? What's wrong with that?
Yeah, exactly. I think our society, or just world in general, is just set in their ways of, you know, the old school life where women stay home, take care of the family, cook and clean, and that's it. In reality, it's not like that anymore. Times have changed, and everybody needs to get on that same page of, you know, women should have equal rights as men.
Absolutely. I completely agree.
Beantown Brandon said, anytime with Patriots gathering for us season ticket holders, I always let our cheerleaders know how much I appreciate them every year and how much how much they impact our team for us fans. They always love to hear that because they never feel like they do. Yeah, exactly, and I'm glad that you do that. That's very nice of you to do, Brandon. You know, obviously it makes them feel good and obviously appreciated, and it makes them also feel like at least someone acknowledges their hard work that they do.
Agreed. I completely agree. And Brandon says here, support your team's cheerleaders, everyone. And absolutely, show those ladies some love, and the guys out there too, because damn it, they're working just as hard, if not harder than some of these players. Trust me. Trust me. I watch enough football to see so-and-so over here playing defensive end, just going through the motions, and, you know, he's talented. He's 6'5", because, of course, you know, the NFL wants big, tall people. You can't be short like me and be stronger than those guys. Sorry, but I went there, you know, or at least the majority of them, or a good number of them at least, somewhere right around there. And, you know, because I'm sure I don't get a chance. But, you know, I'm freaking pressing a crap load of weight. I squat a crap load of weight, and I work very hard, but I'm short. So they don't want me. But, you know, 6'6", 6'7" homeboy over here who's taking plays off and not doing very much. And, yeah, he's earning his money. Because guess what? At the end of this, win or loss, he still gets to go drive home in his Bentley to his mansion and whatever. Yeah, screw the game. And people like me who are like, I'm playing semi-pro, paying to play this freaking game. Yeah, really? And you have these cheerleaders who are out there working hard, not making anything. Why are we so backwards?
Yeah.
You know, maybe we should get rid of this fool over here who can't do a damn thing. Maybe, you know, journeyman homeboy over here who nobody can sign and he keeps on getting in trouble. What about social media for the athletes? They live on there. Recently, I've been sickened with this Raider news. I've been so sickened. The John Gruden thing, that's its own story. We're not going to get into that. That's just, it is what it is. The Henry Ruggs incident, may the woman who was killed and her dog, may they rest in everlasting peace. And horrible.
Praying for the family.
Praying for the family. But most recently with Arnett, good young man. But it's like, there's some slip-ups that happen. When he just had a bad day, I guess, and put something up on social media that he shouldn't have put up. What about Larry Tunzel? Tunzel a couple years ago, he had a video of him taking a hit from a bong and a freaking gas mask and a respirator, or what do you call those things? I forgot, but in a freaking mask. And right before he got drafted, you don't know this, babe, from the Dolphins, about like 5 years ago, Larry Tunzel, I think is his name. Right before he got a draft night, on draft night, he was supposed to be picked to like 8th or 9th overall. A video was posted of him on social media taking a hit from a bong with a mask on. Guess what? Out of nowhere, he fell out of the first round, I think, or like further down the first round. Nobody wanted him. The teams were like,
"Oh, I wouldn't blame him.
Oh my gosh, he's a pothead. Never mind, throw him off our board." I mean, be careful what you push on social media, you guys. So at the same exact time, these ladies maybe not put anything for their protection, I know, but some of these freaking players need to watch themselves.
That's true. Now that you point that out, it's just like if they're going to take social media away from the girls, they might as well take it away from the NFL players as well, all sports. They
get in trouble for posting and doing stupid things. Over here, getting in fights with people.
Now that would make it fair too.
Yeah, like what is your problem, fool? You have millions of dollars. Why do you care what this dude in the comments of your freaking tweet says? You know what I mean? Like, I don't give a damn.
These players would probably be less in trouble anyway, too, if they got their social media taken away until after the season is over.
Seriously, man. And Beantown Brandon says, I know exactly what you're saying there. Oh, yeah. Those players of ours on our teams irritate me. Great point. It's true, man. Like, I get so irritated seeing Joe Schmo over here. Oh, he's drafted in the 3rd round from Michigan State or whatever. And what the hell are you doing, fool? Like, what are you doing? This is kind of funny. I made the connection right now. That's no knock on Crosby. Crosby is a great player because I think he actually played for Michigan State, or I think he played for East Michigan. And he plays defensive end, but that's not. He might be like 6'6", I don't know, but 6'7". But that's not no knock on him. I'm just saying anybody on that field. It bothers me to know that they just they don't get cut. Yeah. You know what I mean? Nothing happens to them. So yeah, be fair to the ladies. And yeah, Beantown Brandon put it in the chat room earlier, the iSports Radio chat room. And he's saying it again here. Poor Raiders, I feel for you guys. The luck has got to turn around sometime. Well, let's hope so. But we'll see. But anyway, with that said, you guys, we're going to take ourselves a short break. When we come back, that will conclude our talk on the cheerleaders and everything. So yeah, any final comments for this, babe, before we move forward?
No, that the teams or anybody in general, not just NFL, but all teams, all sports, need to give more credit to these ladies and need to start believing more in the whole equal rights.
I agree. I completely agree. So with that said, y'all, we're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're talking a little college basketball, but not the way you think. Why no more 24-hour basketball marathon, dang it. Talk about that shortly, and of course, wrap up the show. You're listening to the Sports Club Perspectives right here on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
It's IE Sports Radio. It is your direct feed for all that is sports. It is Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris every Tuesday night right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris is the most comprehensive view on Philadelphia sports exclusively right here on IE Sports Radio. You know what it is, your direct feed for all that is sports. Tuesday night, IE Sports Radio, Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris.
What is going on, everybody? This is Ben Metello, the host of the Yinza Report, right here on IE Sports Radio. I'm bringing you the latest in the Steel City, the City of Champions, from the Steelers, the Penguins, the Pirates, as well as the college game with both Penn State and Pitt. You could join me every Tuesday afternoon at 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right here on IE Sports Radio, where I'll be talking about everything from the Steel City, the City of Champions, right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
That is right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all that is sports. Talking Pittsburgh as well, y'all. We had Philly and Pittsburgh. They're fun. Same state, they're fun. No, just kidding. But with that said, you guys, thank you all for listening in. Tune in every Tuesday evening for Philly Sports Talk. Philly Sports Talk with Cash and Chris, and of course, every Tuesday afternoon, early on the afternoon, morning time if you're on the West Coast, for begins a report with Mr. Ben Metello. So, with that said, you guys, one more topic for the day. I know we're going a little bit over on time, but sorry, we're having fun here. So, I found this article written a couple years back, 2017, by Matt Yoder, released on 10/10/2017, and I didn't even realize it was this. I could not believe it. It's actually been this long. It's kind of crazy, but I used to love this when we used to have this tip-off marathon. And it says ESPN, this article on ESPN, once again, by Matt Yoder. ESPN is canceling its 24-hour basketball tip-off marathon. And then underneath it says, sorry for all you 3 a.m. basketball enthusiasts. So 3:30 a.m. basketball enthusiasts. So ESPN is canceling a near-decade-long tradition later this fall. The network has revealed it will be airing its customary it will not be airing its customary 24-hour college basketball marathon to start the season. The day through night marathon has been a showcase for top teams as well as programs who wouldn't normally find themselves on ESPN's national airwaves. The reasoning for the cancellation from ESPN's perspective makes enough sense. It's logistically fairly challenging to pull off 24 consecutive hours of college hoops broadcasts. So, via the Sporting News here, hopefully college basketball fans won't lose any sleep over this news. ESPN is abandoning its 24-hour college hoops tip-off marathon for 2017. There will still be games televised by the company's various channels on Tuesday. November 14th, notably the Champions Classic doubleheader in Chicago, matching Michigan State versus Duke and Kentucky versus Kansas. But the joy of watching a team like Winthrop playing Manhattan just as the working day begins will be no more. ESPN spokesman Josh Krulowitz told Sporting News the marathon, quote-unquote, presented some programming challenges and will not be a part of our schedule this season. Then it says, Krulowitz stressed ESPN will be introducing the Garganton PK80 tournament. I don't know what that is, but hopefully I said that right, a 16-team event, November 23rd through 26th, honoring the 80th birthday of Nike founder Phil Knight. That's awesome. As well as televising more than 3,500 games this season on the network's cable channels and online streaming services. While the 24-hour marathon was a pretty fun gimmick and a unique way to kick off basketball season, there is probably a shrewd decision from the network. It's not like ESPN is devoid of noteworthy basketball games in the fall, with so many early season tournaments now dotting the college basketball landscape. So it says here, one more paragraph. Additionally, you have some kind of devoted hardcore basketball fan or sufferer from a serious case of narcolepsy to be watching basketball games at 2:30 a.m. or 5 a.m. Hey, I watch those. Gosh darn it. Hopefully I don't have narcolepsy. I'm just kidding. But I'm sure that wasn't the easiest thing for the program and fans that had those early morning games, and it might be a relief to not have to worry about that scheduling. Thank goodness Washington football coach Chris Peterson doesn't have to deal with that. Oh my gosh, I don't know where it goes on from there. But anyway, that's pretty much it. So once again, that is from You can just Google it. ESPN is canceling its 24-hour college tip-off marathon. And once again, article written by Matt Yoder. That's M-A-T-T, space, capital Y-O-D-E-R, written on 10/10/2017. And that's pretty much it. Since then, we haven't really had it, and I'm bummed. So, babe, now that I told you that, because of course we talked about that on Tuesday night, where I was like, we talked about Celia was making dinner, and we were just talking and everything about the day. She got home from work, and we were, I was, I forgot what we were doing that night. We were cooking, but we were just kind of hanging out, and was that the night? Wait, no, we didn't actually Chipotle that night. I think that was the night we actually.
Oh, probably.
Had something, yeah. I'm sorry, because usually, because don't you guys dare think, don't let her come home and cook if I'm home before her. Usually, with my two jobs, sometimes, of course, but we do our thing. But we were eating and we were having dinner. That's right, and we were talking about the 24-hour tip-off marathon. And I was like, babe, it's so cool. Back in the day, it was so much fun. Back in the day, I know, like it was so long ago, right? But apparently that was 17. That's crazy. 5 years ago, I think 6 years ago, however long that was. But it's crazy to think, like, oh my gosh, like, this was a thing. But the tip-off marathon is dead, and it was such a fun thing. Yes, I would wake up at 1 or 2 or 3 in the morning to watch a basketball game for a little bit and kind of just stay up, and then watch it throughout the entire day the next day at school on my phone. But it was just so cool seeing all that. It would start the night before at, 8 or 9 or 10 Pacific time, so of course, 10, 11, 12, around there. To Eastern time, but still, it's just crazy because, oh my gosh, it was so fun. So, I guess, I don't know, I really thought it was because of the schools. I thought the schools had a problem with it, with the game being on that late, at that point, at that time, during the day, and I thought it may have had a lot of kids ditching their classes and everything, but at the end of the day, professors get paid no matter what. So it doesn't really matter. So I don't really think they cared. You can ditch all you want to or whatever.
I think as long as you do your work, you're fine.
Yeah, that's it. So at the end of the day, there you go. But you guys, I mean, that's it. That's the real reason right now. We both just found out. So, babe, what did you think of that tip-off marathon? What did you really think? I mean, come on now. Let's just say we were both at CBU at the same time together. Would you really wake up with me at 2 in the morning to go to a basketball game because we tipped off on ESPN at 2, and the game was 2-hour long game, so we'd be up from 2 to 4 that morning and then go back to sleep at 4 in the morning when we got back to somewhere close we stayed on campus or to our dorm room or whatever. I mean, what would you actually do that? We're on TV, we're on national TV. It's a tip-off marathon. We're a part of something huge because after we play, right now, there's a couple other teams playing at the same exact time. Another team like UCR plays at friggin' 5 o'clock or 4 o'clock right after us, and other schools around the country are playing, and we're all over TV, and you can tune in at any given time. There's basketball on ESPN. This is a big marathon. Would you want to be a part of that, participate in that as a student, and be like, yeah, I did that in college, it was fun? Or would you really be like, I'm sleeping, get away from me, I'm not going to that stupid game at 2 in the morning? What do you think?
I feel like I would probably go to 1 or 2 games, within, obviously 2 different years, but, I think after that, I'd probably be like, okay, yeah, I'd rather sleep than wake up at the crack of dawn and go to a game. I could say I at least supported them for a little bit, and then I'm good.
I was happy. I was really, really happy to have that thing go on. Of course, me, a sports freak. But yeah, see, there you go. Even Cecilia would have done it at least once or twice, which is pretty awesome. So, yeah, it would have been fun to do it together. But at the end of the day, at the time, CBU, we didn't know each other. CBU was Division 2. So, I mean, all these things. But, hey, tonight, CBU's Division 1, and we're going to the game. So, with that said, I really, really, really missed that marathon. There's no way I'd be getting up anyway right now because we work, of course, a lot during the week, and we need sleep as much as we can get. Yeah. But I'm just saying, it would be really cool to have all those games on during the day and everything, and be reporting on it, of course, on iSports Radio. You're very good for all that sports. Plug in. But with that said, you guys, that's pretty much it. And so what are your thoughts on that marathon real quick? What are your thoughts on the whole thing? And why do you think it's a good thing you heard the complications, maybe. You heard all that. I mean, what do you think? Do you think it was a really cool thing that should have kind of stayed, or maybe we could fight to get it back with multiple networks pulling together, not just ESPN, but ABC and all these other, how we do March Madness, all these different March Madness, the tournament for women's and men's during March, all these different networks pull together and broadcast games for that tournament for the couple of weeks that it's on. So could they do that for a tip-off marathon for one night? I mean, do you think this would be something really cool to have back Or do you think this is just something that, yeah, it was cool, but it's really not that important? What do you think?
Well, I wouldn't say it's not important because obviously, these teams are willing to do this kind of stuff, especially since it's their passion and they want to be playing basketball and everything like that. But, what were the complications again?
They just didn't have enough means. It was challenging trying to present all these games, and I think that for the crew too, it was just one network, ESPN, taking this on. They have so many people, and it's around the country. These are tip-off games all around the country, so they would have to have if there, let's just say there's 12 broadcasting teams, that's 24 hours of coverage, meaning that you'd probably have to take one team that's broadcasting a game at 1 a.m. and then take them somewhere close, the next state over, in the next 5 or 6 hours, and then have them, broadcast another game maybe 10, 12 hours later and get set up and everything. It's just a lot.
Yeah, I can understand that. It was probably hard for the people who were recording these or going live with these games. Maybe they should just do it for one night. I feel like that wouldn't be too bad. Especially if the teams want to do this and the broadcasters want to do that too. I feel like they should at least do it for one night.
Get together ESPN,
Maybe
TBS.
Just do one team or something,
Yeah, everyone. Send out your broadcasting crews, and that's it. Yeah, you guys are working, these games are going to be on Fox, it's going to be on ESPN, whatever. It all goes part of the same network. Everybody can enjoy it. But we send one broadcasting team, per, and we have 12 apiece, or I don't know how many teams they have. But we can assemble a bunch of teams and literally get 24 teams together to just do one game depending on what time. That would be so cool. I'll tell you what, how cool, to me, that would be cool for the athletes. That's cool for the athletes. You know how cool that would be? I would love that for football. If I was playing college football, and there's a tip-off, there's a kickoff marathon in September. You know how cool that would be, babe, to have that 24-hour coverage? Here we are tipping off at freaking Laverne or wherever we're playing at, CBU or wherever we're playing, and it's a 2 o'clock in the morning football game.
Yeah.
How cool would that be? Even for the students, college students, that'd be super cool. How fun would that be? A football game at freaking 2 or 3 in the morning where everything's lit up, everything's good, and it's just I'm pretty sure now that would be a little bit more complicated because sometimes these stadiums are in close to actual housing tracts, and they're actually and they do get very loud. And then the lights, of course, some of these stadiums can't even function at night because the lights are on, and it would disrupt the people who are trying to sleep. So it's just crazy, for instance, I remember being at Laverne, we had a rule. They only had one night game a year, and it's because it was right smack dab in the middle of a bunch of houses, and the lights. It bothers people who are trying to sleep, and they complain about it, I think. And I think they agreed, just one game a year where they'll do that or whatever. But crazy, right? So, anyway, but I'm just saying, at the end of the day, I don't know. I think that'd be really cool to be I played that kickoff marathon. It was so cool playing a football game at 3 in the morning. You know what I mean? And you could imagine, the fans coming out or, the students coming out in their PJs. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, some people would do it.
Yeah.
So.
Well, especially young kids. People who are in college are usually pretty young, so they would be all energized for all that stuff. So, and plus, it's a good thing too because you're getting the college or the university's name out there. You're getting the players' names out there for when they're ready to go to the big leagues. Majority of these people would already know who they are.
Exactly, and it's cool because what this catered to, babe, this tip-off marathon was like they said, the schools that aren't really public, on the TV, aren't really televised. All the big schools are on there, but how cool is it to be the smaller schools? So you're right, the smaller ones, these guys might be going to the draft too or whatever. And I love that Beantown Brandon says would love to see the crowd engagement at that time of the morning. That would be so cool to see that, a 3 in the morning game. This is not a drill. This is 3 a.m. Eastern, 6 a.m. Oh, sorry, 3 a.m. Eastern, 12 midnight over here on on the West Coast, or the even 6 a.m. in the morning over there and 3 a.m. here. You know what I mean? How fun would that be? And then of course Hawaii can participate in that every other year, where they could have a game too, where they play at freaking 9. That's 3 in the morning on the East Coast, midnight here, and 9 o'clock for their time. That's a normal time. Sometimes they play at that time. But anyway, I'm just saying, that would be super cool. And I think bringing things like that is a lot of fun. It just brings the college experience. Remember that one time we went to that game at 2 in the morning? Yeah, you know what I mean? It was just, I just feel like it just brings a lot of fun. So it'll be really cool. Broadcasters, I honestly do believe people will wake up to watch this. I mean, I don't know. I guess it's something that I think would be really cool. So
Yeah, it would be. I mean, at least do it one night.
yeah, we're talking football, but heck yeah, for basketball, that'd be awesome just to bring it back for basketball. I mean, they're in an arena, so, But yeah, B-Town Brandon says, hell yeah, I'd try it. To go, that'd be fun, right? But that would be a lot of fun to do. But anyway, you guys, gosh darn it. I'm just kidding. We actually have a very busy day. So we're over here just chatting away with y'all because we love y'all so much. But we do.
And it's always fun.
It's always fun. It really is. But I think you guys know what time it is. It's time to cue the music because we're out of here. That's right, you guys. It has been a great show. But oh my gosh, we appreciate you so very much for being here today with us. It's been a fun one. Stay tuned. We've got some great shows on here today. Of course, a great Saturday here at IE Sports Radio this morning, waking you up with Mr. Justin Marr. Of course, talking Indiana sports. Then Taryn and myself had a great show earlier talking all things college football on 3 and Out College Edition. Cecilia and I bringing you the sports perspectives right here tonight. And to close out on Saturday, we got all you Colorado fans out there, Mr. Gary Funk coming at you at 4 p.m. Well, actually 5 p.m. Mountain Time, you guys. And that's in about close to about an hour and 45 minutes away. So with that said, you guys, that's going to do it for our show here today. I know we're still trying to get our time permanent. We had our IE Sports Radio meeting earlier today. All these things going on, but we appreciate you all so very much, and we just thank you so much for being a part of this team. All of you guys that are part of the team. And of course, for those of you who aren't a part of us, but we still consider you a part of us if you listen to us all the time. You guys are what makes us tick. So, B-Town Brandon says, you both did amazing. Great episode. It was a pleasure to listen and engage with you guys. It was a pleasure to have you there, sir. Thank you very much to all the people in the chat room today, of course. And we thank you very much, Mr. B-Town Brandon, Mr. Andrew Hagenball, and of course, Mr. Angela. We appreciate you all so very much. Please check out their shows. Check out all of our shows here at IE Sports Radio. Please, of course, show love to our sponsor, SoCal Warriors, of course, at SoCal Warriors on Twitter. And of course, big ups to Mr. Kit Freeman. You want a background check done, y'all? Businesses out there, no illegal use, but businesses out there, professional use only. Mr. Kit Freeman's got your background check international. www.bcint.com. Once again, that's at www.bcint.com. Show them some love. Help out our sponsors, you guys. They help us pay the bills here at IE Sports Radio, so we appreciate you very much. Head on over to the IE Sports Radio store on our website at iesportsradio.com and purchase yourself a shirt. We're getting the new shirts. Got hats, long sleeves, hoodies, all kinds of fun stuff in there. So go ahead and purchase yourself some. The holidays are coming. I'm just saying, IE Sports Radio apparel is great to give. And of course, the woman in the chat room, Miss Angela Winstead, she makes IE Sports Radio Christmas ornaments. She makes the bulbs, you guys.
Yeah, they're cool.
And we got one right here.
So all our
awesomeness. So make sure to do all that good stuff. And babe, any last words for the audience here today?
No, just thank you for tuning in. Take care, be safe, and stay healthy.
Please do, y'all. With that said, for us, of course. Well, before that, of course, check out IE Sports Radio on Twitter at IE Sports Radio. Give us a follow on Instagram as well at IE Sports Radio. Also, check us out at IE Sports Radio on Facebook. Give us a like. We certainly like that. And tonight, check us out, of course, always at TSCP_IESR. I literally had to think of the word of the capital letters the entire time, but that's our Twitter account. Show us some love. We're going to be live from CBU tonight, so make sure you check us out 7 p.m. Pacific time, 10 p.m. Eastern. Show us some love. We're going to be all over that Twitter account tonight, posting everything from the CBU game. For Cecilia, for Beer Boy Larry B. We'll see you next week. Until then, take care, and as always, God bless.